Welcome to the final round of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and with one more GP left after this one. 4 races, 186 points. Sadly, we've already dropped 2 points against a 1831 team score real player and a 1851 team score real player. So we've been well up against it, but I'm pretty happy. I've enjoyed it, and we're hoping that the final 4 races will be as fun. So with that, let's kick into it. Race number 5 coming up from Miami. Welcome to Miami for race number 5. Looking like a real player to kick us off nicely. So let's see what kind of trouble or what kind of fun we are into here. Speed track. So we want our speed boosts, overtaking fuel, that kind of shabazz on there. Let's see what we can do as well. So we're going to go Eclipse on our first driver. We'll find that out. We're going to go dead fast mediums, something a little bit different than I usually do pull out the bag. And let's see what happens. Here we go. Can we pull off a 47, or will we be picking up the pieces at the end of it? So Rival, P5, P6. I'm not going to boost Hamilton too quickly off here. I don't want to boost him too much. Rival doesn't boost by the look of it. And I'm happy staying P3. Didn't boost the Rival through. Didn't give him an empty slot. And now we're going to push down the straight and use a bit of that tyre management on these mediums to get by. And there you go. We are up to P2. We're then going to conserve and manage these tyres out for 3 laps, come back for some softs, and then we'll go again on the mediums towards the end. But Verstappen already completing lap number 1, starts lap number 2. Hamilton not pulling away, but that is a medium tyre runner behind us. So we're just going to bide our time with him. He will come back at our Verstappen later on in this race. They're on 2 different strategies completely. And Verstappen, look, already nearly coming into pit. So a great stint from him. And in he comes. So what we'll do is we'll do another 2 laps and then pit for some softs and probably just cruise to the end with Max. Hamilton could nearly do 4 laps. Let's push Verstappen. And let's push him hard. We're pushing obviously Hamilton as well. He's got extra fuel though, so we should be good to go here. As we sit P1 and P2. Rival now into P3 and P4, so they might start putting a bit of pressure on us fairly soon. But at the minute, we've got quite a good gap. They're going to be running out of tyres on them softs by the look of it, which will help us hugely. And then we're going to come back, and we're probably going to go mediums then and conserve. Can't quite do 3 laps, although we're only on 4, aren't we, with Verstappen? So let's bring him in for softs, sorry. Don't know what I'm on about. Don't even know my own strategy anymore. But Hamilton will do 2 laps, and then Verstappen will just cruise. But we've built up a really good lead with Verstappen where we can just keep cruising to the end. That's what's looking good at the minute. And he comes in for his pit stop. Hamilton, 1 more lap round, and we'll come back for maybe even the hard tyres, because that looks a promising bet. And now we're all about some management then. Can we manage this pretty nicely? We're pretty far ahead. What's that gap? 23 seconds over P3. But I do expect them to come back pretty hard. So these 2 are going to get in each other's way. Hamilton's going to come back for some mediums. And we can now look to cruise. I thought Verstappen was the one pitting then and he missed it. Absolutely not though. So out comes Hamilton with a good gap, and P3 and P4 still have to pit. Rival looking like he's trying to do 3 laps on some of these tyres. Obviously, he's got the Street Shark to help him with the tyre management. So let's bring Verstappen into pit. Nice routine race so far. And Verstappen coming round in the chaos of some early pitters. Oh, well, they're on lap 5 when they're pitting, so it's not that early. But the speed overtaking boosts, the extra fuel is a massive help round here. And you can see, even though Verstappen's in an extra spot, Hamilton's only just going by on them mediums now. And does get by. And into P1. So strategies are very similar. Hamilton has a lot better fuel though. Let's push him, see how much we can push. I'm sure these tyres will be screaming to let Verstappen unleash the power of Eclipse and softs. And we're going to get some team orders here. Verstappen taking the wide route. But both drivers still fighting for this win out front. What's the gap we've got? 10 seconds. And they're going to have to pit again as well. So 13 seconds over P3 and 4. And we've got Verstappen now into the lead. He comes back through on the 2-2 strategy. And Hamilton leaving to ponder of what could have been. But for the team, it's going to be perfect in this race. Max Verstappen wins in Miami, followed by Lewis Hamilton in P2. And that's a very solid 47 points. Race 6 looks an absolute belter against an equally matched real player with some good medals like us. We're going to try something different again in this one, similar to what you might have seen in Baku yesterday. We're going to stick on some cornering and grip tyre boosts as well potentially, and just to see if it's any worth doing. We're going to go Kawhi, we're going to go downforce as well. And where the hell is downforce? Of course, it's right at the top. Why would I think it's anything different? So good luck to this rival. Expecting it to be a great race in race number 6. Good luck to him as well. And we are off. So usually I would use speed and overtake and fuel boosts, but this time I've gone for cornering and grip, and that's why Kawhi sees us hit the road out front very early. We're going to be vulnerable down the straights. That's the problem. But at the minute, we're going to be pretty good, and we're going to just push 2 laps. He's going to have fuel though. That's my problem here. So I'm going to just conserve when I can. We're going to hold him up. We've got Hamilton back in P4. We're going to be vulnerable down this straight. Like I said, they're going to come at us like some hungry animals now. And we've got to hold them off. And for that first part, we do hold them off. What about the second part? Can we hold them off still? And we can at the minute. And we're going to come in and do an early stop. We've got the Kawhi. We're going to boost Hamilton. And he's used a lot of fuel and tyres on both of them cars. And he goes round again. And we're going to do the same with Hamilton. We're going to let Hamilton through. And will he suffer at the end of this? He's going to basically pit both at the same time. That's guaranteed. So the question is, can we close the gap? I mean, P1 is now out of tyres. P2 is out of tyres. So both cars out of tyres here. And Hamilton has jumped in to P2. We'll cut down Verstappen. He's about to retake the lead. And rival double stacks as well. And we get ahead of the rival. Perfect. In this race. That's exactly what we needed. And we're going to do one more lap with Verstappen, I think. And then come back for some mediums. And push to the end. We want to get Hamilton ahead. It's only down to 2.8. So if we can get Hamilton ahead, come out for some softs, we should be pretty cush to the end. But we've solved the rival a big dummy in this race, and it's absolutely worked a treat so far. We're going to have how much fuel? Not loads of fuel, so we're going to come into pit. We might double stack now, but should get Hamilton fairly far away now. We're going to use Verstappen to hold up a little bit. And at the minute, Verstappen is doing so. Will the rivals start to push on that firework? Not just yet. We've obviously got that cornering and grip, which makes us fantastic through here. What's the gap out front? 3.3. The rival's probably going to go round again as well, and does so. And out comes Hamilton. So, we just need to conserve here. I'm going to push Verstappen, because the rival is probably going to run out of tyres again, like he did last time. Let's push a little bit. The rival might have us here. He might not. I think he's got plenty more tyres left compared to what he had last time. And he's just going to run out by the look of it. He just runs out now, but very at the last corner. And we're going to double overtake here. We've still got good fuel on Max Verstappen. We haven't on Lewis Hamilton, but we're just going to try and get as far as up the field as we can. Verstappen can go to the end. Hamilton can't on this fuel, but we're going to try and just stretch as far as we can. This is why you need speed and fuel boost potentially, so you've got the fuel to finish this stint. But Hamilton coming through, cutting through the back markers, and we're going to cut down now and hold back. Verstappen goes through into P1, enough fuel to the end. It's all about P2. Can we hold P2? Rival's going to be coming at us pretty quickly. Well, he's not. He's conserving fuel on his driver. So we might have this in the bag, and this would be a great scalp for us. And it looks like we could. Verstappen's going to come round and win this race. Rival looks like he's gave up. And we're just going to cruise. We didn't have the fuel, but we didn't need it. Max Verstappen comes along and wins this race. What a race that is. And Lewis Hamilton in P2. That is a great strategy. Great cornering and grip boost around France. And that is 47 points. Sadly, I forgot to hit record for race number 7, but we did manage to get 47 points, and it was against a lower team score bot. So that leads us to race number 8 in Baku. And let's see how we can finish this one. Will we get a real player to finish off? I actually do hope so, because I want you guys to see a good race, and I think it is. It's going to be Javert Slow, or Javert Slow, whichever way you want to say it. And it looks to be a real matchup in final round. Race number 8. Can we get just a couple of points dropped through the whole final round? I would take that, because it's been a blast. So, where do we qualify first of all? P1, P3, Verstappen P5, and we're going to do the same as we do and we've been doing so far. Kawhi and Dead Fast, splitting them up. Now, we're not going to boost driver 2 off the line. We're going to hold it for a brief second, and hopefully we can keep that rival pinned in. That is the plan, but will it come out the way we want to? Well, let's find out. Let's get blasting away. Rivals on soft and mediums. So we're going to boost off. We're not going to boost Hamilton straight away, and then we boost him. And it's not worked this time. We have been left with a sore face, and it didn't work. Oh, that's annoying, but we are back up to P5. And he's using Hex and Street Shark, so I fancy my chances here. I reckon I can get back at him. But such a shame, I did it too slow. I should have gone faster and harder with the launch off the line. So we've got it all to do. Can we get back? We're going to use the extra fuel and the extra tyres that are available to us to come past Lewis Hamilton. And there you go, up to P4. We're going to cruise back down, and we're going to set our sights on Max Verstappen. Can we get him early? Not round the outside, we can't. So we're up against it now, big time. And that rival is on the hard tyres. Here comes a move, can't get it done. As we come out here. Verstappen though, out front, looking good, and we're going to start to boost Lewis Hamilton. We've put ourselves in a bit of a mistake here. We should have launched off the line. We should have just dealt with it as we do. And sadly, we might pay a price, a very costly price as well. So, we're going to pit this time round. We're not going to service, I don't think. We haven't got a big gap over that runner, but I think he's only going to do one more lap. Question is, can I get a gap myself? The hard tyres we're going to fall back on, and I think we might be okay. Let's boost Hamilton now from that last corner. And boost him into pit. We might just have to conserve for the lap. And then look at pushing again. It's P9 we want to get out ahead of. We're going to do that. We're going to come out P9. We've definitely cost ourselves a big result by my own mistake. That's why you need to practice that launch hold start, because I should have done a lot better. That is for sure. But you never know. You never know what will happen. As we're going to actually hold here. We're going to sit down a bit with Verstappen. But we've got Hamilton up to P3. So that's a good start. We're going to cut down to medium. Or shall we? No, I think we continue this. I think we come into mediums, undercut the softs. I think that's the plan of action here. I reckon I can pull this out of the bag. Can we pull this out of the bag? Can Verstappen get through without any safety car? He can. We'll come back for softs. Here comes Lewis Hamilton. In for mediums. That rival cannot push much on this lap. That's what I've worked out. He's going to get stuck in loads of traffic. And guess who's going to come back up not too far behind him? Well, it's Sir Lewis Hamilton. So let's get pushing. Can we close this gap? What is it? 11 seconds, and he's going through a bunch of traffic. It's now down to 10. Less than 10. Is there any way we can fight this P2? The gap's now 9, 8 seconds. Don't think we're going to get past him here. Don't think we are. Or are we? Because here comes Lewis Hamilton, slingshots himself into the lead. Or into second, I mean, let's get my words right. So we can try and hold this one out. Oh, bad corner by Lewis. We've got a little bit of a gap, but he's pushing on that. What we want to do is go over the line, and that's a terrible exit out of that corner. Sebastian Vettel hurting us there. We need about 1.6, 1.7 fuel over the line. Can we propel the raging Verstappen behind us? At the minute, we were just about doing it. But can we hold? We're going to just save fuel at every opportunity. And we just get away with that. But what's his back marker going to do? It holds him up a little bit. We're still trying to save fuel. It's a last lap thriller in Baku. Can we keep 47 points on the board? Lewis Hamilton down. He's going to run out of fuel, but he's going to take P1, P2. We have pulled it out of the fire. It was absolutely roaring, that fire. We were burning, but we've managed to come home P1, P2 with the help of that dead fast boost. His opponent, Lewis Hamilton, comes home in P4. That was a great race. And we've pulled it out of the bag somehow. So let's see, after that thriller, where it puts us in Champions this week. So far, we sit P1. We're not going to stay P1 because we've dropped 2 points. We're going to have a multiple people, probably 5, 6, 7 players. But I'm happy with that. We couldn't do anything about the 2 drop points. They were so tough races, great fun. And I'm pretty pleased. We have one more GP left next week. and that's what it all comes down to. I wish you all the very best. I wish you all good luck if you haven't done your races yet, and I'll see you in the next one for our final GP of the F1 22 Clash season.